standing. So we're going to stand up at the back end of our mat today. Stand with your feet almost as wide as your sticky mat. Place a hand over heart and belly. Either keep the eyes open but at a low gaze, or close the eyes here if that feels comfortable, safe for you. And just start by coming to your breath. Notice the rise and the fall of the inhale and the exhale. And then on the next inhale, lift the arms up to the sky. And the exhale, drape over your legs. We're going to make this moving. Inhale, stand up, reach up. Exhale, drape over. Think waterfall each time. Inhale, lift up, reach up. Exhale and drape. Do it twice more. Lift and lower. Lift. Exhale and stay over your legs. Hold on to the elbows, sway a little bit side to side. Plenty of space here to release. Let a few breaths wash out through the mouth. And then crawl the hands forward to downward facing dog. Keep the feet as is, wider than the hips. Paddle out your feet. And then from a shorter stride, so maybe walk the hands back a little bit. So it's pretty easy to get the heels down to the mat. Take the right hand towards the left leg. Hold on and twist underneath. Give a good push through the left hand so that the left shoulder stays strong, stable for you. And then lower the right hand down. Switch hands. Take the left hand to the right leg. As low towards the ankle as presents itself to you. And again, trying to press down and forward in the right hand so that the weight actually lifts up and out and stabilizes the shoulder. Place the left hand back down. Walk it further out to plank pose now. Bring the feet closer in. Squeeze in the heels, squeeze the glutes, lengthen the tailbone, tone the belly. Look a little forward rather than just straight down. Hold the top of your plank. Next breath, lower flat down to the mat. Reach both hands back behind you. Turn the palms to face up to the sky. Inhale and lift everything up. Lift, lift, lift. And your exhale, lower it down. Press back to child's pose. Have knees apart, big toes together. Enjoy, reach the arms out in front. Walk both hands over to the right side. Nice long reach through the left fingertips, but at the same time, the activity of pulling back left hip to left heel. And then walk the hands across the center on over to the second side. Reach far out to the right fingertips and pull back, right hip to right heel. Walk the hands across the center. Come up to all fours. Do cat and cow here. Move the spine back and forth. Feel free to shift a little more side to side. Whatever feels nice in this movement in particular. Your practice, your time. What are you looking for in the practice today? Be open, be present with it. Twisted child's pose. Take the right arm, thread it under the left. Keep the seat lifted, but drop the shoulder, ear, side of the face down to the floor. Reach your left arm out in front of you or up to the sky, you choose. Try to keep the hips square. And then bring the left hand back beside the face to help you come up to all fours. Second side, thread the left arm under the right, shoulder, ear, side of the face down. Reach the right arm out in front of you, keep it there, or right arm up to the sky. Weight will want to shift towards the right here, so you have to do the work. Push down through the left knee, kind of square off the hips. Place the right hand beside your face. And again, come on up, all fours. Downward facing dog, tuck the toes, lift the hips. Look forward so we know where we're going. And then nice and slow, walk the feet forward to the front end of the mat. Stay in a forward fold. Slowly rise up. Reach the arms up to the sky. Interlace all 10 fingers, send thumb and first finger high. Reach, reach, reach. Lean towards your right, push your hips to the left. Try to keep the shoulders, chest, head open to the side. And then back to the center, up and over to the second direction. Squeeze this bottom arm up into the ear. That's it. Come back to the middle. Utkatasana, separate the hands. I like to separate the feet, sit down into the thighs. Think tailbone down towards the floor just a little bit so that it tilts and draws navel in towards the spine. Nice and strong. Lift in the pelvic floor, tone in the abdomen. Exhale, fold down, touch the ground. Inhale, half lift. Keep the right foot forward, step your left foot back into your low lunge. Add the twist, right arm high. Bring the right hand to the inside of the foot, spin the back heel down, down dog lunge. Walk the hands out towards the front corner or more towards the side of the mat. Do push a lot of weight into the back foot. Hands can be light. Bring the hands back in, but keep them on the inside of your right foot. Pick up the back heel again. And set the left knee down to the floor. Heel toe the right foot all the way over to the right side of the mat. Turn the toe, knee, hip out about 30 degrees so you get a little more space. Put your weight on the left hand. Look over your right shoulder. Twisted monkey. Pull the back heel in. Hold on to the back foot. All those stages, of course, progressive, so you take in order the ones that work for you. And then release the quads, stretch, come back around. Regular old low lunge, hands on either side, back knee lifted. Step it backwards to downward facing dog. Come forward to plank. Lie flat down onto the mat. Take hands back, either open or interlaced behind you, and lift up. Exhale, release down. Change to downward facing dog. And then look forward to the hands and take your time. Jump, step, walk, feet to the front. Once there, inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Stand, reach the arms to the sky. Interlace the hands here overhead, flip the palms, push through your thumb and your first finger a lot. Unflip the hands, go back to Utkatasana, stand pretty tall, torso pretty vertical here. Less bend in the knees and thighs now. Up, up, up. Exhale, fold over the legs. Get into the second side, inhale, half lift. Keep the left foot forward, step your right foot back into the long, low lunge. Right into the twist, take the left hand up. Twist helps us to get into the outer hip here. And then take the hand to the inside of the foot, spin the back heel down. Walk the hands out. In this down dog lunge, we're working to find extension and space on the inner hip or inner thigh now. Walk the hands back in. Keep them to the inside of your left foot as you come to your low lunge. Drop the right knee, heel toe the left foot out to the side. Turn the toe, knee, hip out again. So as you continue to work inner thigh opening here, put the weight on the right hand, pull the left heel in towards your seat. So you're stretching through the front of the quad, the front of the thigh. Quad muscle. Some would say now we're stretching the front of the hip. Hold on to the left foot if possible, pull it in. Okay, nice slow release. Back into your regular low lunge. Downward facing dog. Inhale, come forward to plank pose. Lower it steady down to the mat. This time, take the arms forward. Think superhero. Lift everything that you can. Up, up, up. Squeeze more towards the midline. And lower it down. Push back to child's pose for a moment and pause there. And then bring your torso upright so that you're sitting back on your heels. Close the knees together. If this is too much in the knees, you can be upright in a kneeling stance instead. We are simply adding a twist here. Look over the right shoulder for a moment. Even reach the right arm further back behind you. And then come across your center and do the same to the second side. Look over the left shoulder. Hand can stay down, or reach the left arm back behind you. Good. Come back to the center. And we'll switch to sit down, feet out in front. Working on this reverse table this month. Take the hands back behind you. Thumbs point towards the heels, fingers out to the sides of the mat. And then lift up. Like a table with your arms and legs being the legs of the table. Try to lift so that there's no dip in the center. Squeeze in the glutes. Little tuck of the chin so you're watching your breath. Building some opening across the chest and shoulders here. Lower down. Try the exact same thing, but this time we'll work with straighter legs. So I'm going to start with the soles of the feet, knees bent, lift up. And then take one leg and extend, heel to the ground, and then push through the entire foot. Keep doing that and add the second leg, heel, and then press through the foot to try to get the toes. Walk it back in, left foot, right foot. Lower your seat down. Take a little hug to the front of your shins, round over. Keep holding the front of your shins, but lift your chest up. Take the arms out like goddess pose. Twist to the right, across the center, and twist to the left. Good, back to the center. Try to keep the hands like this and change to your knees. And then change to downward facing dog. Just a little extra agility work, making sure we're moving from strength in the abdomen there. Okay, side plank. Keep your right hand down, the outer edge of your right foot. You can go to inner edge of the left or stack the feet. Left arm up to the sky. Other options would be to have the bottom knee down or the left foot forward like a kickstand. Do have your hips more up in direction, not leading down. And that'll help keep the weight out of the right hand, stabilize the right shoulder. Lower the left hand down. Switch to the second side. Want a good long stride here so that the shoulder is always a little pulled back from the line of the wrist, not directly overhead. That also creates a bit more safety in working in the joints in this particular case. Give yourself one more breath in side plank. And then come back to full plank, 2 hands on the ground. Lower flat down to your mat. Cobra, peel the chest up, press down through the hands and feet. Downward facing dog. Lift your right leg up into the air, 3-legged dog. Pull the knee into the chest and hover forward into plank. Here's a fun one. Lift the right knee out to the right side, towards the right shoulder. And then across the center, try to point the knee towards the left elbow underneath you. And then back into the middle. and step the foot all the way through into your low lunge. Hands to the waist, lift the torso so the body's upright, vertical. Go back to goddess arms. Squeeze the left glute here. It'll stabilize you because now I'm asking for a twist. Twist and look towards your right side again. Back to the center. Straighten the arms. Slowly lower your left knee down to the mat. Let the hips move a little down and forward. Keep the right knee, the front knee, right over the second and third toes. Anjaneyasana here. Lower the hands to surround the front foot. Pick up the back knee, step it all the way backwards to downward facing dog. Lift the left leg up into the air, three-legged dog. Pull the knee into the chest, hover right into the center, plank pose. And then we're moving the left knee up and out to the side, and then across the midline underneath you towards the right elbow. Back to the center, and step through to your lunge. Good, come up to high lunge. Remember to activate the right back glute here. Arms to our goddess pose or goal post. Tone in the abdomen, think tailbone straight down. And then rotate mid to upper back, look to your left. Nicely done. Come back to the center. Straighten the arms and ever so gently lower the right knee down to your yoga mat. As you lower the back knee down, also pull energy forward. Push through your front heel and pull it back. And allow the hips themselves to shift a little bit down and forward. Strong, long reach up to the fingers. And then lower the hands to surround the front foot. And step it back, down dog. Come forward to plank pose. With control, lower down to the mat. Stretch your right arm out to the side in a T shape. Left hand can stay right beside the chest and shoulder. And then lean over onto your right side. Step the left foot back behind you. Head down to the mat. A little stretch across the chest and shoulder here. Come back to your center. Switch hands. So right hand comes in like it's in cobra. Left hand out to the side. Lean towards your left side. The right foot can step all the way back. Sometimes I don't like that step. It will cramp the hip. And in those days, I just keep the legs straight. Okay, roll back down, belly to the mat. Cobra pose, press down through the hands and feet, lift the chest. Elbows can always keep a slight bend, but try to squeeze them in towards your side. Squeezing the glutes so we feel strong in the legs and get the stretch and opening into the mid to upper back. And then slowly lower all the way down and change to downward facing dog. Take a nice bend in the knees and walk your hands backwards to the feet. And then change hands to hips, elbows to the sky, push down into your feet, and come all the way up to standing. Okay, if you're in the middle of your mat, we'll have enough room to the front and to the back. Go with me here on this one. Lift your right leg up, knee towards the chest. And then we're just swinging back. I think we did this on Tuesday if you were with me. The days start to blend together. Back and forth a couple of times. And then keep the leg back and kick right heel to your butt. And try to hold on, right hand to your right foot, and extend the left arm straight up to the sky. We're used to this one, flamingo stretch. A little bit of a prep for our dancer pose. Take a nice little bend in the standing leg so that you have some room, even if you're falling a little bit. Try to come in and out of it. Hinge forward like dancer, but then we're going to try to stand right back up. Again, hinge forward like dancer. And come back upright. Keep your gaze on one thing so that can help with our balance. And then dancer pose, stay there. And lower 2 feet to the mat. Relax the pose. Shake it out. Okay, so mostly movement and then a little bit of static stretch there at the end. So left knee up and into the chest. And then we just straighten the leg and kick it back. Left knee up and into the chest. Straighten and kick back. Do it one more time. Up and into the chest. Kick back. Keep the leg extended back, but now bend at the knee. Heel towards the seat, reach left hand to hold on to the front of the left foot. Try to point the knee down to the floor, the head up to the sky, and reach the right arm up to the sky as well. Okay, focus stays in the same place. A little gentle bend in the bottom knee to make this easier on hamstrings and low back as we move towards dancer. And then back up. Dancer, and flamingo. Dancer pose and stay. Couple of breaths there, really spread through the toes, press the foot into the hand. And then release the back foot, stand on 2 feet, shake it out. Okay, a similar progression here, except this time you're with hand on the foot the whole time. So if you pull right knee again up and into the chest, and then round the body to hold on to the front of the foot. And this is position 1. And then we're trying to build that all the way into our flamingo pose. Holding onto the foot the whole time. You round forward, more like cat back. Pull the knee back up. And then you try to go to flamingo. One more time, continuing to hold onto the right foot as much as we can. Round. And then flamingo. Okay, stand on 2 feet. These steps are aiding us towards sugarcane pose or a bound half moon. Left leg up. Reach the left hand to try to hold on to the front of the foot, and I'm pointing the foot. This rounded shape. Good to get us into that hold, and then we're trying to keep it as we change into a quad stretch. Right arm high. Round it back over. What do you need to do to get it there? Maybe it's a little loosen of the grip in between. Much as we can, hold on to the foot. Great, try it one more time. Just asking the body to move in different ways. Back into flamingo. Okay, well done. Arms down, shake it out. Come to downward facing dog. Let's put those things together from this vantage point. Lift the right leg up into the air, three-legged dog. Bend your knee and open the hips and point the right knee more up to the sky, toes towards the left side. Change. Pull the right knee into the chest, hover forward, step it all the way through into your low lunge. Okay, both fingertips are going to, all 10 fingertips are going to stay on the floor, but step forward so your weight is on the hands and the right foot, and kick your left heel into your seat. Pull the left knee closer into your chest. Like we just did standing up, can your left hand hold the front of your left foot? Like we just did standing up. Can you then extend into the quad stretch? Point the left knee straight back towards the short end of your mat behind you. Still holding on to the left foot, then try to open your hips up to the side, like we did in three-legged dog a moment before. Push your foot into your hand, and you've found sugar cane. Release the hand and foot, and we're in half moon. And then it goes all the way back to low lunge. Slide it back. Step back to plank. Lower down to your mat. Cobra. And downward facing dog. Second side, lift the left leg up, three-legged dog. Bend the knee, open the hips to the side. It's the opposite leg, but remember we're doing that same sort of change of the hips and opening in a moment in our sugar cane pose. Okay, pull the knee into the chest, hover forward, and step it all the way through. We're essentially shortening the stride. Step the right foot in so that the fingertips can go out in front of the left foot. Kick your heel towards your seat. And then like cat back, round the back and pull the right knee more in towards the chest. Try to balance on just the left hand and foot. Pick up the right hand to the front of the right foot. And then this transition is the hard part. Point the right knee back. It's all hard. Back towards the end of your mat. I've got a deep bend in the left knee to support all of this happening at the same time. Left leg goes straighter as your body allows, and open the hips to the side. Push your right foot into your right hand. Release the grip if it's still there to open up into half moon, Ardha Chandrasana. And then slide it all back down to the mat in low lunge. Very different way of getting our way towards half moon there. Downward dog this time. Just step it all the way back to down dog. Enjoy the long stretch through arms, legs, tone, and belly. Stretch through the spine. Again, lower the knees down to the mat. Have a seat on your butt. Take your feet out in front of you. We are back to that reverse table pose. Thumbs pointed towards your heels, hands to the side. I have the heel of my hand on the mat, but the fingers off. Lift up. Squeeze the butt here, really lift, lift, lift through the hips. Hold it for one more breath. And then lower down. Change to lie all the way down onto your back. Dead bug shape, arms and legs straight up towards the sky. Bend your elbows and knees and then do a crunch. Lift the head and shoulders off the mat to touch elbows and knees. Can you lift the head and shoulders up even further and pull the knees in even closer so you're touching elbows to shins? And then dead bug, lower the head and shoulders, straighten the arms and legs. Do it one more time. Bend the elbows and the knees. Inner edges of the feet can come together. Let's drop the knees even further in, like a deeper squat first this time. Challenging the range of motion there in the hips, and then lift the head and shoulders off of the mat. Set the knees as high onto the upper arm bones as works, and go for straight arms instead of bend in the elbows now. Crane pose here on our back. Takes all the same strength and work, a little less balance. All right, hands get to go out towards a T. Straighten the legs again, straight up towards the sky. And move the feet just over the line of the hips. If I'm not thinking about it, the feet tend to come more towards belly or chest. We're trying to keep them over the line of the hip. Bend at the knee, and then hover knees up above the ground towards the right side. Firmly rotated pose here. Come back to the center. Lower the knees towards the left, but not all the way down. Hover right above. Squeeze the left knee and thigh into the top leg. And then back to the center. Exact same thing a second time, or you can take it a little more challenging with straight legs. In the straight leg version, firmly rotated pose, the feet go towards the right hand rather than straight towards the line of the hip, a little more up towards the hand. And then 2 feet to the sky. Still trying to hover off of the ground, and either to the left and back to the middle. Rebend knees all the way into the chest, this time firmly rotated pose, but you get to lay the legs down. So supine twist, legs all the way over to the right side, release. Bring the knees across the center and lower them to the second side. And then back to the center. Your choice, hug knees to chest or happy baby, taking the knees wide. Hands to the arms to the inside of the legs, but we're holding on to the outside of the feet here if you're doing happy baby. You can even choose to extend the legs more towards a straddle. And bring it in, everybody. Soles of the feet down to the mat. An easy bridge pose, meaning don't overdo this one. Just press through the feet, lift the hips up, lower the hips down. Do it one more time. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, lower down. Please add in any more unwinding movement here. Maybe a figure 4 stretch in the legs, or just a little more lengthening top to bottom. Anything that feels nice. And then from that unwinding, find 2 minutes of stillness. Stillness can be lying down on your mat, on your side, in a seat. As the body finds its stillness, go back all attention and awareness to breath, just like we started on the mat this morning. Perhaps even dropping attention to breath. Return attention, body and breath together, a little bit of movement. Take your time to come to a seated position, if not already. Close hands together in an offering. Gratitude to yourself, each other, for this practice. Namaste.